Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the TCS eSports League. We're into match 4 of our 4-match play day here, and week number 7 is going to be the Monks taking on the Lausanne side. Unfortunately, this could probably be summed up by one good prediction here, Bacon. I think we're both kind of leaning to the favour of Lausanne on this one.
Yeah, we actually haven't, guys, what we do each and every week, me and Jay, is we do our predictions beforehand, before the night begins, essentially, for the first 3 games. And then we leave the 4th game before the match, like what we do on the spot now. And we both knew even before this that we'd both be picking Lausanne. Lausanne are the strongest team in the league, only being taken down by Servette on a massively
The second strongest team in the league.
Yeah, the second strongest team who were on form that night, and Lausanne felt a little bit meh. Monk, though, I don't know. I want to ride the hype from last week, Jay. The problem is they've just gone and got their first win in what was a super awesome series last week. If you guys haven't watched it, go watch the VOD back now. Monk played absolutely out of their skins. Coming into this week, though, they've sort of gone from, I'm just going to say the little leagues up to the big leagues now, up against Lausanne. It's near enough like they've got the big kid on the block come in. They've just bullied this kid, essentially, and his older brother has now just showed up. That's it. That's the sort of difference here. I finally got a good analogy for it, Jay. And Lausanne are scary.
Yeah,
so scary.
out of all the teams in the league, I'd say that these are the guys that are performing on the other level at the moment. They're just looking
they're
so
on the
good
European
at the
level.
moment.
That's the difference.
Yeah, they're on the European level. I really would like to see them. I don't think they were competing in the qualifiers for the Grand Prix that's just gone by these past couple of days. At least not to my knowledge at the very moment. But they probably could have a decent run in those kind of matches. That's how good they are. And comparing to the rest of the Swiss scene, they're just looking like they are the top team in Switzerland right now. So. Where's the comparison points against the Monk side? Personally, I don't see many, just because of how good this squad are. It's so difficult to gauge a way for the Monks to play. But maybe if they did play in the same sort of solid style that they did last week, there might be a chance to take it close. But even then, I don't see a way for them to be able to take a best of 5 victory against the Lausanne squad.
For me, it is exactly that. If they can play, the Monks, if they can play like they did last week, they'll get as close. Maybe even a 3-2 series. Who knows? It all comes down to Lausanne today. If Lausanne don't show up, they could lose this. But if they do, if they play their normal game, Lausanne, they've got this. I think it just comes down to the Monks who are playing those mind games. Maybe frustrate Lausanne with some, demos, Jay. Absolutely destroy what Lausanne want to do. Get into their heads and frustrate them so that they make mistakes and Monks can play upon that. But this is a playstyle Monks have never done before, so we're asking a lot from them.
Yeah, a lot to be taken. They will be on the blue side of the pitch and already getting the first shot opportunity. Okay. That's a nice way to start things off, but quickly cleared back by the boys in the orange side. No, actually also wide of Hello's shot, so a lot of drama in the opening 15 seconds of the matchup. Almost 2 good goals scored by either side right here, and the Monks are proving that despite all the odds, they are here to play. And they are up close and personal against the Lausanne side. Demo is now coming back and forth from Hello as he tries to force the issue back on the offensive play. The Monks are in their own half now as the ball gets passed back and forth. Key with intercept, sets up Hello. Good shot. Bad Monk takes control of it, however, getting the save together. Classic also challenged by Sabo, who is the sub for the Monk side today. They are not playing with Death Monk today. He's not really in the server.
They got the win with Sabo Muffins last week. And oh, good stuff there on the line from Bad Monk. I don't know, Sabo Muffins, I'm enjoying him on this roster. I think he's actually a good pick at the moment because he's had so much time with them. Maybe even better than Death Monk, the normal starter. Maybe he's earned that promotion to first team, Jay.
Maybe he has, but right now he's going to have to do a lot more than just earn a promotion. He's going to have to step up and prove that he is worth it. Up here, setting up Bad Monk for a chance. It's a little bit too close and a little bit too low towards that shot, so couldn't quite get the redirect. Again, Saba puts it inside the box, so a chance still going to be taken by the Monk side as they hold the ball down. Hello, going to try to dribble it past his own net. Does get it past Bad Monk, but that was a very, very risky style of clear to take. Fortunately, it does work out, and now Kiva gets it out to Classic in the blue corner. Knocking on the boost side of the Monk squad. Will get forced back away, have to pick up their corner. Now that Kiva Try to take control, chip it up for Classic once again as they try and apply that pressure. Sabo with a nice challenge to clear it. Bad Monk will follow it through back in to the orange half. Chances taken, bumps come through, but Kiva challenges eventually, and Hello will be able to get the clear. Fed off of Bad Monk, back to Classic with a shot. It's a little bit too wide of the mark though.
It's definitely looking like Classic and Hello aren't able to make their mark here. They're not able to get that shot on target, and it is hurting them. The back pass, a little risky there, but I like it. It was very nice and clean. Directly at Hello, he wasn't really in much danger there.
And the halfway marker has certainly proven to be a much more interesting match than we were expecting here, Bacon. Monk
grinning,
holding
buddy.
their own. Oh yeah, no, I'm grinning as well. This actually could be a very serious upset if they can hold their own. The defensive is working extremely well for the Monk side as they challenge all three players of the Lausanne squad. They're all backed up. Sabo next the ball puts up the Bad Monk. Ooh, a bit of a bump play coming in from him, and that almost ended up going awry, but Sad Monk is able to clear it back out, keep the ball in this corner as well against Classic's Reed, reading it well. Sabo now into the center. Hallow's got to take control of that, passes it back to Classic and puts the shot close towards that box. Actually might end up going in, but Bad Monk saves it. Kiva, flip reset opportunity, but out of boost, can't quite take all of it. And it gets cleared back to the orange half once again. Bad Monk. Sorry, Sabo here alongside Sad Monk, passing it in. Bad Monk with a shot. Not going to happen. Hello again here to defend it so efficiently.
Yeah, those follow-ups into 7 need to be a bit quicker from the Monks, but so far they've been playing great. They've got to be careful when they commit into the corner to try and force those balls to the center. And they've got to be careful when you leave the ball lingering above the net. Hello draws first blood.
Kiva setting him up for that one. Bad Monk realizing that as soon as he challenged that, well, that redirect was coming through and nothing that he could do about it. Very elementary from Hello, but it works up nonetheless. The first has finally been scored by Lausanne with a little over a minute and a half to go. This could very easily be their game right now. Look at Kiva going for that flip reset challenge, actually. So not going to be able to make it all the way through towards that blue half of the pitch. Hello still dunks it down, passes it back in towards that box. It's Classic on the other side to take control. Sabo drops it in front of his own net. Sad Monk will be able to get the follow-up clear. Still, that's plenty of pressure applied. Ooh, Hello with a fake. Unfortunately, that ball is a little bit too wide, so it's not going to work out either way. Back pass from Classic to Kiva. Sabo actually intercepts and takes control. Ball back out at Classic. We'll have to get it back out of the way. 60 seconds remaining. This could still be an early goal coming in from the Monk side. And maybe an opportunity to turn it back. Sabo's got to get the defensive, though, to keep them in the running.
Does indeed. Hello.
Oh.
Once again, another easy one. Well, easy for Hello, anyway, to put this away. Jay, I'm still a little bit worried. Lausanne have been making a ton of little attacking mistakes here. I feel they could get absolute dominance in this game if they just slowed it down a little bit and focused on the accuracy and the passes.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You know, it certainly could be a bit better from Lausanne, but right now they're looking extremely good regardless against the Monks side. The Monks unfortunately being out-faked a little bit, and it's all thanks to those defensive mistakes that have really been forced by the Lausanne side, passing it back and reading it as well as they can, but a chance being taken by Sad Monk that Kiva will save. What a save it was. And the offensive reads can translate to the defensive of the Lausanne side, because right now they're looking just as good in that back line as they are in the front lines. 20 seconds remain. Classic challenge by Sabo as he tries to clear it downfield. They've got to get a goal right now, whilst this will be a lot to do. And they will end up losing game one as Hello passes the Classic. Sad Monk can't defend that, and that'll be a 3-0. This will be game one to the favour of Lausanne.
It will indeed be Lausagne's here. Look how close this was. Sad Monk actually gets the touch net, near enough pinches it with the post and into the net goes. Monks have lost this 3-0. Who knows? Another goal could happen. But it's been a little bit closer than what you would expect. Monks haven't been absolutely thrashed about. All on the line. Just let this die. Let this drop. Sabo looking to keep this going. Unfortunately not. But yeah, Monks have showed up today, Jay. I'm quite happy with their performance so far.
Yeah, as you were saying, you know, they're not getting absolutely thrashed. You know, that's what we were going into this series expecting. It would just be an easy Lausanne victory, just goal after goal and easy 3-0 sweep. But maybe it might not be as easy as we might expect. It was a 3-0 in this first game, but the Monks still holding down a little bit of a defensive line as well. If they can just read those mistakes a little bit better and try and see if they can defend against Lausanne a little bit better, they might be able to turn some counter attacks to their favour, because it wasn't looking like the most amazing game from Lausanne at all.
I will say, though, Lausanne have got a tendency to be the strongest on the first game. They're a squad that always come out swinging. So don't let it get past you, Monks. Just come into the second game, learn from the first, and hit the ground running. You've got to get that first couple of goals if you want to dethrone Lausanne here.
Well, game one already to the favour of the boys in orange. Let's see if the Monks can turn it around for game two. Bad Monk already feeding off the kickoff. Can he get the first shot? Not quite. A little bit too high. Saba going to get challenged, however. Sad Monk, excuse me, in that midfield. Going to try a challenge for it. Hello. Shot going off the backboard. No one can clear it. Redirect City. And that's going to be the first opened up in style for the Lausanne side.
Yeah, Hello here, just doing what he does best. The backboard pass to himself. Upside down, swings across. You think he's in the jungle being Tarzan or something like that.
That is an apt description, actually, to be honest. Well, the first being scored by Tarzan himself. Once again, Lausanne opened things up a lot earlier this time, so maybe they found a way to break the Monks side and try to force the issue back. Another shot coming in from Classic off the backboard, just kept away by Sandmonk. Unfortunately, that demo coming on the third player means that Hello will not be able to get up close and try and recover this situation in time. So 1 minute to go. Kiva, shot off the backboard. Second touch to come through from Classic. Oh, he's just faked out two, but not quite the third of Sabo. Hello and Kiva still going to keep this on target. Classic can't quite get the redirect. So the ball will just remain back over towards this corner on the other side. 60 seconds into this game so far, it has all been to the favour of Lausanne.
Has indeedy, but you can see how much Lausanne have to work with it with these little mechanical maneuvers from Classic there.
Oh,
unfortunately,
wow.
Once again, the ball just hangs above the net and is almost right for the taking each and every time.
They knew exactly what Saba was going to go for, and Sandmonk just couldn't position himself properly as the second player, so they had options. They had plenty of them there. Lausanne are going to be able to put a 2-0 on the board, and now this is starting to fall apart for the Monks side. Regardless, Hello. Try to see if they can counteract him. Off to Classic, off this backboard to Kiva on his pass. Bad Monk, all the boost to take right here, and they will try and challenge towards that midfield position, but not going to quite work out to keep this ball in the blue half of the pitch. The Monks will have another chance. The Hello to Classic, back to Hello, back to Classic. He's got ball control to try and take it towards the other side. Not going to happen. Hello's going to get demoed out, and now we're seeing the contact play come through for the Monks once again. Try and see if they can wear down Lausanne by force a mistake out from them. They may have just found it right here. Bad Monk with a shot. Classic just about defends it. What do you have to do? The Monks side keep up the aggression, but it's all for naught here as they remain down by 2 still.
It's all about outwitting Lausanne here. There you needed to do a fake, I don't know, a juke or something, because Lausanne, any ball that is a straight up hit towards net, they will save. Ouch.
And you can see that the Monks side are shooketh as a result. Couldn't quite get the passing plays back. Oh, trying to fake it out towards Kiva's position. They counteracted for him. Fortunately, the crossbar is a little bit too high for that shot, and Classic is unable to score a third. Now's Sandmonk with a chance, but not going to happen. Over to Kiva now as Sabo can have his shot denied here. It's still 2-0 to go. 2 minutes on the clock right now to the favour of Lausanne. Monks just struggling to deal with it right now. They have been outread. Again, these contact players are going to buy him a little bit of breathing room, but it's only breathing room, no shots, no defensive. Classic keeping it away. The demo comes through, however, and finally a demo does work out for the blue side of the court.
Yeah, Jay, I'm not going to lie, I may be a bit of a biased caster here today. The Monks are the underdogs coming into this, and they're showing some real star potential. Keeping their heads cool and calm. In the defense, they cannot panic and getting into the attack. They need to get those demo plays. They need to remove as many players as possible. Oh, that was so good from Kiva.
Got to remove some players on the offensive as well. Sandmonk did his best to try and block it, but only set up his opposition. Just not strong enough there. It's a 3-1 now for Lausanne as they are looking like they're going to take full control of this series here, Bacon, or certainly of this game at the moment. It's looking extremely good. The kickoff going so well. Classic setting up Kiva for a shot. Monk has to defend this and will be in position to do so. They keep it rolling here. Lausanne still up by 2 goals, and we force back on the defensive for the moment. Hello. Back to Kiva, trying to see if we can dunk it back down to Classic. Good challenge from Sabo, will keep it off target. The Hello will keep it on track, back off the backboard. Classic going to try to see if we can bump it out of the way of blue side defenders, and that will try and stall for some time here. Because at this point, every second starting to count for the Monks side. 1:30 to go, 2 goals to make up. It's not impossible, but it's damn well difficult. And unfortunately, the setup from Bad Monks does not work out. No one from the Monks is going to try and take that shot.
I know, Bad Monk's got to get past. Oh, the block out. Sabo denied, and that is just the difference. Monks try their hardest here, but it's just not of the same level as Lausanne, who now, Jay, you'll notice they have turned it up. They are respecting the Monks here, saying you're playing your hardest, and we will too.
60 seconds remaining. Bad Monk trying to set up his teammates, but he's going to get returned back. It's all on the Sad Monk to try and get the clear back. The Classic already there to realise it. Take the defensive challenge from Sad Monk. We'll bump him out the way, but no shot will come out. So once again, Bad Monk to set up Sabo on the other side of the field. Classic gets it past both of the defenders. Kiva going to follow all the way back around. Good shot, just about put off target by the last line of defence. But still the pressure applied. Shot going to come through. Bad Monk just about defending it right there. Now the 30-second gong sounds, and Lausanne realise that they're just about within touching distance of this match point, so long as they can just avoid an equaliser score from Monks. Now getting close towards it, but this is not quite close enough. Lausanne stalling towards the midfield. Classic taking the aerial, challenged by one off the backboard. One more shot to come through from Kiva. Although it won't go on target, it stalls for enough time at this point. It will be a Lausanne victory, 2-0 now in the series here. And Monks, unfortunately, not looking quite as good as we would have wanted them to.
I don't know, Jay. They've got a goal. That last game, the 3-0, we're now at 3-1 to Monks. It's a bit like Elvets earlier. They're growing throughout this series. They're coming up with a strategy to take down Lausanne here. Monks are sort of reaching a very high level. I'd say even the best we've seen them play. The problem is Lausanne are just such a strong foe. Monks right now, again, it's just those demos. They've got to try and remove their opponents and then get those dribbles off. Force it downfield, get that shadow player, and just try and near enough. Literally, I say all the time, dogpile their opponent's goal. Just near enough, force it in, brute force it on in, because the aerial battle, Lausanne is just too strong.
Yeah, and that's certainly what I certainly have to lean to the favour of agreement with you. I mean, that's how Monks were able to force their issues out for the goals. You know, the one goal that they scored in that last game was all thanks to a demo play. If they can just ramp up the pressure, make sure that no one from Lausanne can try and get a defensive together, and they could score a few more goals. Same thing for the defense as well. It's all down to that contact, all down to how well they can shut down Lausanne. I think the most powerful way to do it is those demos, but Classic doesn't look like he gives a damn about that, with the kickoff going towards his favour. Hello to follow it up in the early part of Game 3. Lausanne in making a statement in the early part, trying to see if they can get a goal or two and set themselves on victory row at the moment. Bad Monk to Sad Monk. We'll try and turn that around. Sabo with a redirect. Not going to happen with the challenge coming through. No one in the backline defensive for the blue side of the court as well. Someone's going to have to be ready for that one. Sabo will be back far enough in the early 30 seconds. The shot will come through for him off the backboard, but a little bit too far low for that redirect. It didn't quite go in the back of the net.
No, but look at this. Monks have the midfield line. They did just lose it a little bit, but once again, regained. They're putting the pressure onto Lausanne here. They are putting up a very good fight here, Jay, where they're just making sure to keep control of that midfield boost and then not going up into the air. Look at that. They're not trying to contest. They're making sure everything they do has purpose. They're not going to win.
And that is really the main point of change here for the Monks side, because if they can apply that pressure, that leaves Lausanne very little chances to get goals. And if you just throw enough goals and throw enough shots at the net, then eventually one's going to go in. So keep Lausanne away from their winning condition. That could be an opportunity, but whiff's coming out. Bad Monk's going to put a shot on target. Never mind. Bad Monk, I thought that was going to be defended, but not to be. What happened here?
Well, you just look at it simply. Kiva with a whoopsie.
Oh.
So what he did was, the ball did hit his car. The problem was that he got like pushed into the net from the force. He was going too slow. It's just momentum, you know, moments. It's physics, Jay. And it's gone against Kiva there. The first goal coming out from the Monks, but we know Lausanne, they will have something up their sleeve. Not just their arms, but a couple of tricks as well.
Hello. And Kiev are going to be on the defensive line, however, going to try and see if they can do not make that same mistake. And now, for the first time, I think this series, Lausanne are on the back foot. Monks may have a chance to get back into this one, but Kiev and Hello have other things to say about that. Bad Monk responds with a defense of his own, and now Sad Monk going to take control in towards this midfield. Classic takes the ball control away, but Bad Monk still set up in towards this corner. Will bounce it off. Saba with a redirect. Hello there to clear it. Oh, not to clear it, but save it. Bad Monk once again puts it into the center. The ball is set up for Sad Monk. Classic can't quite get there, however. Good shot in, and Classic will defend the shot this time. So no chances for the Monk side. They're still going to apply the pressure, though. Bad Monk over to the left-hand side. Only too far wide, not quite as accurate as he wanted it to be. Once again, it's just allowing Monk to take control of this orange half of the pitch.
I don't know how to feel here, Jay. I've seen a lot of opportunities missed by the Monks where they're trying to play safe. They're making sure the sticks are rotations, which is very good in the normal sense, but I'm feeling to get a second goal, they have got to do something out of left field. You know, they've got to do something that is so abnormal. Something like that. They basically got to throw the textbook out of the window here.
They've got to try something completely far gone. Classic. Just going to play a standard game. Almost got the goal scored. Hello, still going to be able to recover it. So it's no worries for Lausanne right there. They set up the play, the ball control, and the first goal for the orange side of the pitch.
Great follow through from Lausanne. You can see there as well, Kiva got called off of it. Hello, going up for the ball, told Kiva, over comms, it's mine. I've got the better shot. And the trust between this Lausanne side is brilliant.
Absolutely brilliant right now. These guys still playing their Rocket League, even though Monks have changed the rules. Lausanne are still in control, although it might not be for very much longer. Kiva got to get that clear back away, and we'll follow it all the way through towards the other side of the pitch. Can he get the redirect back in off the backboard? The second round to come through is going to be Kiva, but going to get forced back away alongside Classic as the Monks side just take control away. Sabo, the ball out. Kiva challenge. Bannerman with a shot that Kiva will be able to defend it this time. Back towards the redirection into that midfield. Hello, putting the ball back over to the backboard. Oh, that's been set up by defender, and Hello will take control of the mistake. 2-1 now for the favour of Lausanne.
This just hurts so much because that was so close from Sabo. What he needed there was a hit off to the side, but no, he had to climb. He couldn't have turned his car around any way because he wouldn't have got the height to be able to hit it off to the side, to be able to turn the car and get it over. At the moment, Monks are trying their hardest and it's just not enough. Who knows? Can Sabo do it?
Wait a minute.
Oh, yes, we're not done yet.
The Monks finding a way through the kickoff, not going the way of Lausanne, and Sabo and Ban Monk will happily take control of that. 2-2 now. A chance opened up, but can they follow suit with a victory here in game 3? They'll need it. They need the full-blown reverse sweep in order to upset the Lausanne side. And a little over 60 seconds left on the clock. Classic feeds to Hello in the midfield. Bad Monk and Co are going to try and see if they can get back passing play. Classic a little bit too high. Third man to come through is going to be Kiba. He dunks it down, but Bad Monk is going to get that save every day of the week. Not fast enough to try and put it away. Now back to the Lausanne side of the pitch. Monk's going to try to see if they can aggress it down. They have backed off. They're playing passively once again. Exactly what cost them in game 1 and 2. They set themselves up. Sabo going to take the shot in. Well, not quite the shot, but certainly the setup. Clear into the orange half. Now 30 seconds remain. The gong starts sounding. The pressure starts building. Fortunately, this is an overtime opportunity as Classic tries to dunk it down. Kiva up close and personal, but does not get the hit that he needs, meaning that Monks are gifted a serious lifeline with Sandmonk going over towards the box. Kiva will get it back over to Classic. He takes control with a lot of boost, but just going to allow it to hit closer to the floor. 7 seconds remaining. Kiva, one more shot opportunity. Badmonk going to clear it back away. Hello takes control towards the midfield. 1 second. He's got all the aerial. Passes back to Kiva, but it's too wide. And we are in our first overtime of the night.
And who would have thought an overtime between the Monks and Elvet? Jay.
Elvet?
Elvet's what I'm saying. Lausanne. Sorry about that. But you know what I mean? On paper, this should have not happened. Monks are playing extraordinary this evening. Even with a loss now, we have all got to praise them. Oh! It's too high. That's a pass. Sabo needs to get this off to the side, and he does. Hello keeps it going, but what a defense.
Just barely holding on for the Monks side. It's certainly looking it might get dangerous. That's also dangerous, but Bad Monk puts it off to the side. So they keep holding on after every single shot that comes through. We're saying close but no cigar here in this overtime now. Bad Monk's got a chance. Can't get it past Kiva though. Your deck challenged. Ball actually sent it up. This could be dangerous. Again, Hello. Just going to rotate in time to keep it away from that mid-center. Classic takes it over to the other side of the court. Bad Monk. The ball in his control. The aerial dribble, close, but no cigar again for the Monks side. Goes back towards their half of the pitch. Classic trying to go for a redirect. Hello, going to get up close and personal. Keeper with a shot. Sad Monk defends it. Still one more player to the right-hand side, and Bad Monk's got to get control. This will get demoed out for his trouble. Hello follows through. Pass back in. It's good. It's great. It's too high, though, and the clear can come through from Bad Monk.
The Monks held on so well there. They literally, all of them, had about 30 boosts between them. This is on the line. Good clearance away from Sabo. Monks are doing magic, Jay.
They really are. Again, this is the series that we wrote off very early on as a 3-0, but they're holding on. It might be a damn well good third game if they lose it. But let's see. It's up towards their half of the pitch. It can still be cleared and counter-attack. Let's see whether the Monks can do it. The ball out towards their half. Hello with a shot, and Classic redirects it, gets it past both players in the defense. And it will be a 3-2 game 3, a 3-0 series to the favor of Lausanne.
Oh, the slight mistake, and then Classic coming in, just bounding his way into that goal and gets the redirect past the two defenders. I think there, actually, Sabo would have got the save. It bounced off him, where it's going so fast and down up in TS, so they would have lived a little bit longer. But Monks, praise them to be able to pull this off. We know it's a 3-0 sweep, guys, but Monks to be able to show this caliber against Lausanne, meaning the second half of the season, I would expect a couple of upsets from them, and who knows, they may not end up bottom two, because we look at the standings as it be right now, we can confirm it. Servette and Lausanne will be joined up top with 6 wins and 1 loss each. Then you've got Team Surf, 5 wins, 2 losses. Arctic, 4 wins, 3 losses with Masters. Silent Gaming and Elvets with 2 wins and 5 losses. And then Monks with 1 win and 6 losses. They're not that far behind. You know, 1 win from them and a loss from one of those other teams that sit between 5th and 7th could see Monk climb a spot. You know, with 7 games remaining, Jay, there's still so much to play for.
Yeah, there's still so much here. I mean, I was saying earlier today, this is going to be this week where we start to solidify our results, but there's still so much room for upward and downward movement. Obviously, we've got I think we haven't got the updated bracket on table on screen, but as you say, you know, Lausanne still instating their position up at the top of the league right now. They're just looking so good here, and of course they're going to take the expected result against the Monks, but credit to them, you know, they held a fight. They held a very good fight in that last game, and it felt like maybe if they'd just gone a little bit further, then maybe Lausanne will be we'll still be playing right now, let's put it that way.
Yeah. Imagine that, game 5 Monks Lausanne, that's top bottom sort of like colliding. So next week, Jay, we're going to see this again. Do we think if Monks can keep this up, you know, going through, we saw how much they grew this week, going into next week, do you think there could be an inkling for at least the game number 4 next week between Monks and Lausanne?
I think it might be possible. I think we could go a little bit further on. If anything like that series was able to prove, then the Monks, if they do their homework, they could find a way to break it down. I imagine Lausanne would also be doing their homework, though, to try and make sure that they get just as easy of a victory, and vice versa for all the teams. Again, next week we move into the second half of our league play, and that means rematches going back from week 1 through 7, and now 7 through 1 essentially for the week 8 through 14. So that's going to be very fun to see some cool rematches. Of course, next week we've got virtually the exact same matches going on. Sir taking on the Elvets, with Masters taking on Arctic, Silent Gaming taking on Servette Geneva, and Lausanne in the rematch against Monk East, the Monk side. That's going to be very fun indeed to tune into next week, and yeah, I think that might end up rattling up the whole thing.
Yeah, it definitely is. So make sure, guys, you hit that follow button up above so you get notified every time the channel goes live. If you've got a good memory, you know, unlike me with my name swaps today, next Thursday, 7 p.m. CEST. If you're from the UK like us, that is 6 p.m. BST. And that is when we go live. The first match there will be actually a little bit different from today. It's going to be Sir versus Elvets. And that was a pretty tasty ordeal. I reckon Elvets could do it this week, next week. We'll just have to wait and see, Jay.
It could well happen, but until that point, we're going to have to bid you all adieu. Thank you very much for joining us here. Make sure you tune back in next week. And yeah, it's going to be very, very fun. We've got going past the halfway point of this league. I think we've got a few more fun weeks ahead of us. Till then, though, once again, we hope you take care out on the pitch. We'll see you back here for more TCS eSports in the future.